4 months ago, I moved to Mexico from Canada, and I've loved it so much since I've come here. But of course, I've had to make some adjustments to living here, and in today's video, I wanted to share 5 of those adjustments. So let's get straight into it. Here in Mexico, to get water in your house, we have these water tanks. You can see them everywhere you go as soon as you get here. You'll see them on top of every house, every building. It provides water for the shower, the bathroom, kitchen, everything, and it's not drinkable. Unlike Canada, where you can just turn on the tap and we can drink the water, it's safe. Here, the water is not safe to drink, so you need to go when you need to get drinking water.
We need water. I'm gonna fill this thing. I'm gonna show you how it works. To fill this whole thing, it's 15 pesos. So first thing you do is put the coins here. Then you put it upside down, or you will wash it. Then you put it in its place again. You press 20 liters. And there we go. This is how you get water in Playa del Carmen. And then you have to walk all the way back home. It's 32 degrees.
Let's go. Perrito. So another thing since living in Playa that we've noticed is the dogs. I mean, in Mexico in general, everywhere that we've been, there's been some sort of dog barking, and I think there's a cultural difference in Mexico of dogs are outside more, while in Canada, dogs are house pets. So we have crates, we keep them inside, but here in Mexico, dogs are kind of just allowed to roam for themselves. They leave them in the backyard, and even here in Playa, we've seen so many dogs on roofs. It's literally where they live. So we hear constant barking. You'll be randomly walking and a dark dog will come at you barking from the roof. So it's just a funny, weird thing. And sometimes it can get a little annoying. So another thing here in Mexico is the garbages. So this is how the garbages are. They're picked up every single day, which is amazing because it keeps things smelling not too bad. That's something that when you're walking the streets of Toronto, you're constantly smelling that stinky garbage. Here, there's none of that. They pick it up every single day in these containers that have no top. We left our garbage out and it got stolen because it did not have a chain on it. So apparently garbages are in high demand. You need to be careful with your garbage bin. There's not a lot of buildings with laundry machines, and this is something that I took advantage of my entire life. I never lived without a laundry machine, but here in Playa it's actually common to have lavanderias. So you just drop off your dirty clothes at the lavanderia and they measure it based on weight, and it's usually around $10. So you drop it off in the morning, and then usually you can get it by like 6 p.m. So this is a huge convenience living here in Playa. You see them everywhere, so they're never going to be far. You can just drop off your laundry, pick it up, and it's ready to be put in the closet.
This is how we got our laundry. Everything is ready to use.
So another thing here in Mexico is you can just pay to go to the washroom, and in a lot of places, even public places, you do have to pay. I found that a lot more in the city than here, and here the bathrooms are actually a lot cleaner than in the city. When we were in the city, and even in Tasco, there was constantly like lids, and even like the actual seating place for the toilet were gone, and no soap, water barely working, toilets barely flushing. Here in Playa, it's not as much of an issue. I find the bathrooms are pretty clean here. They have seats, they have soap, they flush, so that's pretty good. And here you don't have to pay as much in public spaces, in the malls, and grocery stores and places like that. You don't have to pay here in Playa, but if you are walking on the street, there are signs for public bathrooms that you can use if you have to go to the bathroom while you're just walking, which is pretty cool, but usually they're not the best quality. But that's something that we don't have in Toronto. It's just bathrooms that you can pay for and use. It's interesting. So those are just a few things that I've noticed as a Canadian living in Mexico that are different, that I've had to adjust to, just different lifestyle changes here in Mexico that, yeah, I've just noticed living here. I think as a tourist you come, you might not notice it, But if you're here for a few weeks longer, you'll start to notice these little things that are funny and different and just small adjustments. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.